Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Black Geek Energy. I am one of your most consistent and present hosts,
Oh, nice.
Marcus, the host with the most, and I'm joined by my man, my brother from another mother, Jared.
Jared.
I did
That's weird because I always say I'm the hostess with the moster.
the hostess
And
with the mostess.
well, I guess. But go ahead.
Okay. And we are joined today by one of my very dear good friends. Today's guest is somebody that's very, very special to me. I've known this woman since grad school, back when I was struggling through my HCBE program at University of Washington, and she was making the world a better place studying for her master's of social work. We met on campus, realized we was both from Atlanta, got to talking, and turned out we grew up in the same area, like down the road from each other. Uh, and after that, we was staying Seattle up, man. We was out at the clubs, we was out at the parks, we go to concerts, kickbacks. And if you saw a group of loud black grad students, doctors and masters, that was probably us. So now she's a whole therapist in these streets, and the founder of her own practice. She's the
Oh,
founder, owner, operator, CEO, all the above of the Grace Holistic Healing. Ready to bless you all with healing and understanding. Um, Y'all, please help me welcome my brilliant, beautiful, blackety black sister from another mister, the lean, mean machine, Barbara Jean.
Oh
hey.
my gosh, you put my government out like that.
Oh no.
Wow.
They don't, had you not said nothing, they wouldn't have known whether that was your government, whether to play on words, I was making something up.
Uh-uh. Nobody's just out here just calling people Barbara Jean as like a nickname.
But I
Absolutely.
love it so much.
You're from the South.
Dang.
Because my mom,
DeMarcus.
my grandma's name is Bunny K. I got a cousin named Maiden. Like the two first names, the two name thing, I love
Yeah.
it. It's I gotta
Hmm.
I gotta do that with one of my kids.
Dang, DeMarcus. We are just starting off and you are already messing up.
I'm not.
But every 10 episodes, me and DeMarcus like to sit around. We don't have a topic. We um don't talk about it certain days. We just like to talk about anything. It's one of our Let's Talk episodes, and we are both very, very, very happy and excited to have you on.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I also want to call out another misstep of DeMarcus. I didn't live in the same area as DeMarcus. I went to a very like high performing dance center
Yeah.
studio near DeMarcus, and I was always on that side of town. But I'm like one of those East Side girls that was just like everywhere on the south and west end of Atlanta because, had Marta, was
Yeah.
very adventurous. So I was basically there all the time, yes.
You must start
Hmm.
working at a salon too, the way you split these hairs.
So you're a dancer?
I grew up dancing. I was like primarily doing ballet, but I've done like hip hop, tap, jazz. I did like some point work, like I did it all.
Uh,
And I used to compete. So
okay.
that seems like a pastime.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you competed. There's like competitions for ballet.
Yeah, for like all types of dance. Some people do like ballet solos or maybe like ballet group dances, but a lot of it is like contemporary based. So I guess contemporary and primarily lyrical and jazz. But I think a strong basis for dance often is ballet, and that was just what I was trained in first.
Hmm.
What do
Mhm.
you mean? What do you mean when you say dance is lyrical?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
I mean, like when I hear lyrical, I'm thinking Andre 3000 rapping.
Oh,
Oh my God.
lyrical.
Oh my
Um,
God, DeMarcus, so
lyrical.
Isn't
uncultured.
that what you said? I'm
I did say it. I did say it.
okay.
At first, I thought he was like, "What you mean by dance?" Because
No.
on a side note, it being in Atlanta, I have gotten asked that before, and they like, "Oh, what you mean you strip?" And I'm like, "I don't strip." Okay, it's a different type of dance.
No. Not
Respect to
exotic dancer.
exotic
Not a
dancer.
nighttime hustler.
Yeah. but that's what I used to get all the time in the streets.
I mean,
Lyrical is kind of, I feel like lyrical was there before contemporary, but you could say it's
Hmm.
like a softer
mhm.
Yeah.
ballet. It's like more fluid and not as like
Mm. Maybe
rigid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lyrical is like where ballet is very structured and very, you have to be on point. You have to look like this. You have to do that. Lyrical is more,
Do
free
what
with
you feel.
yeah,
The point is
Okay,
to
free
get
Jardo,
with,
you know
the
a little
point is for
something.
the message. Yeah,
yeah.
Jared was the dance coach at Hampton. He he's
What?
all over
Yeah.
that. He's the marketing person,
I
trainer.
wanted to be on a dance team so bad. I wanted to go. So my grandma made me try out for the DeKalb School of the Arts because she was
Oh,
like, "You're not going to Stone Mountain because you're gonna get your ass beat."
Oh
But
no.
she had no faith in me going to a public school.
yo.
And then
So
I also got a full scholarship to a private institution upstate that was like predominantly white, and I wanted to go to
mm,
HBCU so bad because I was like, I want to dance on the dance team.
Mhm.
I want to be with a band because I always used to go to battle the bands, and I was just like, I want to be one of them.
Was you in the band in high school?
No, we didn't
Was you
have a
dancing
band
in high
in
school?
high school. We had like orchestra, but it wasn't no marching band
Oh,
because it was an art school.
it was gonna be rough for you to get on that dance team. No,
I don't well it because well, it depends on what school she went to. So like
exactly.
which which HBCU were you looking to get into?
I really wanted to go to, I was like, kind of like, maybe I want to stay home, so I go to Spelman.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, to really think about like the marching band stuff, I was thinking about like Howard.
Mm.
Um, but I mean, I didn't apply to any HBCUs because I
Mm.
got a decision from Bard College that was basically taking care of
Mm.
everything for me.
Yeah.
So financially, so
Hey.
I ain't have no choice. The money talks.
That's true.
Mm.
Hey.
But uh with your background in ballet and lyrical and some of hip hop, uh, it would be easier. I think that you could easily dance for any HBCU because most HBCUs want those sharp lines, those pointed toes, and they want you to have that technique that a lot of these girls do not have. Like I
Mm.
know with me and Ebony Fire and D'Marcus, you messed up again. I was not the coach of Ebony Fire. I assisted the coach to Ebony
DeMarcus gets excited about repping us
Fire.
up. Jardo,
Exactly.
I
Oh, it
appreciate
is.
you talking me up and like you could do anything at any HBCU. I'm like,
Exactly.
if 18-year-old me had
Ex-
another chance, I don't know,
exactly.
man. Money still talks.
Yes, Buddy still talks, but I know that back then, Alabama State and Howard both gave scholarships, and they would have loved you. They would have loved someone with ballet because I know that um, they don't usually get a lot of the ballet pointed on point girls, but they love them. I know we get them at Hampton. Like we get Russian ballerinas, we get all these private institution ballet school people all the time. Like that's all that we get at Hampton.
Mm.
And at Howard, they actually have a dance major. And through that dance major, you can march with the band and then get a scholarship. So there's some opportunities with dancing that you
I
should
love
have
how he's talking
known.
as if this is like years ago and I still have a chance. I'm
I'm
loving
past that, but no, there's
Yeah.
actually a lot of like adult like marching bands you can join. I know in Atlanta there's like a real big one, but
it. Mm.
I found out San Jose State out here they'll just
Mm.
let random folk from the community join the band, so it's not too late. You can look some stuff. Do you remember the
Yeah,
Rainbow?
I'm gonna do all of this from Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, do you remember the Rainbow City band that Gordon was in? We went to his show. I don't know if you did. Anyway, they have a marching band component. So you can still do it. It's not going to be a HBCU band. It's not going to be that. It's going to be heel toe, probably not even like, probably not even, nah, not that heel toe, like core style.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not fun heel toe.
I know you saw me get him
Yeah,
like
you was like getting down. I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm. You making it too hard for everybody else to follow. But
So,
before we jump into our episode, want to be mindful of everybody's time, and let's we like to start with, it's like a deep confession. How was your previous week? Here, let's start.
With me?
Yeah.
Okay, my previous week was fun, and I'm glad that you asked because I wanted to make sure that we were both on the same page, DeMarcus, because last week and the week before, and if you're hearing this, it's going to be out of time. So it was next week and last week for if you're hearing this. But these 2 weeks, you told us that you were going to do something, and I just want to see if you
Mm-hmm.
did it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to ask, how was Fantastic Four?
It was. It wasn't bad. It
Okay.
wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Would I go see it again? No. Do I wish I had caught it at a matinee? Yes. Um,
Oh, so you did really enjoy
I did enjoy it, but I wanted more. And I feel like it was like a little flat. I was like, this could have been direct to
streaming.
yeah, it could have went straight to him.
Mm-hmm.
That little DC tab they got,
Yeah.
or like that
That's Marvel,
the Marvel tab or the
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, Disney Plus.
Oh my God. This is all we talk about on this show. Okay, so we both saw it. So out of 10
Have you
stars.
seen it? Fab? Have you
Yeah,
seen it?
I saw it Thursday. I saw oh, you
That
didn't
bad.
see it. Mm.
Are you interested in it? I know, you like to you dip a toe into the superhero club here and there.
Yeah, I mean, Fantastic Four is, I like when it's individualistic, like it's one superhero. When they
Mm.
try to team up, I don't know, sometimes they be losing me because I be liking one person out of the whole crew. Like all these other people are like irrelevant. I only fuck
Mm.
with this one person. So
Hmm.
like I'm more of a like this is the background or biography story, or this is like their time to shine, this one person rather than like the team.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I, I feel like the Fantastic Four, they do a good job of like making them like one character. Uh, and I feel like yeah, because when the Fantastic Four was created, they were like a family of superheroes. That
Mhm.
was the idea.
I wouldn't pass it up. It's just Pat, my fiance, he hasn't even brought it up. Usually he's the one like, you know,
I
gung ho about
haven't
going.
seen the movie yet. There was
Okay, first, DeMarcus, is your mic on? Because you're like going in and out, fading, kind
Am
of.
I?
Yes.
It up.
Yeah, you got to pick it up, turn it up, and do something.
Let me see. Like you ain't got to do all that. Oh.
Like, let me scoot up, make sure that I'm enunciating and
Oh, you
You got
sound
a mic over there
perfect.
too?
huh?
You got a mic over there too?
No, I just
Oh,
can
okay.
connect.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. So DeMarcus, stay right there when you talk. But how did I enjoy the film, you asked?
yes, yes. That is the question.
I really liked it because I liked the first 5 minutes where you were shown everything in the previews and the trailers,
Mm-hmm.
um and they did the whole backstory. Everything you need to know about Fantastic Four. This is what it is in this little TikTok size newsreel. That's it.
Absolutely. That part was great.
Yeah, that part was amazing. The banner between the family was okay. It was Fantastic Four,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that they were going to do it at the very, very, very end of the movie. If you saw, you know what I'm talking about. I thought
Mm-hmm.
they were going to do it, and they were going to um and we would see that person again in Doomsday. But
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Marvel did not have the balls to do it. Disney did not let them do it because I thought they were going to do it, but they did not do it. If they would have did it, this would be the
Mm.
number one superhero movie of all time.
You
But
think so?
yeah, because they didn't do it, it kind of lowered their score to about a 8 or 7. I don't know.
They're closer to a 7 or 6. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because
But yeah.
no, I agree. The beginning was real good, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." And then I don't know, it kind of like slowed down, and I feel like they could have did so much more with Franklin. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
They could have did so much more with like Galactus.
Yeah, definitely Galactus.
Yeah, they could have did so. I mean, they were just like, I think there were so many parts where they could have like done so much more with any like one character and made this like a really
Hmm.
standout movie.
Hmm.
But instead, they
That's why
like,
they just need one movie focusing on each one of them. See, we
yeah.
keep coming back
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Now I see it. Now I see it.
and watered down.
Um, but yeah, it feel like this was a very safe superhero movie. It's like we're not gonna take any chances. We're gonna follow the boilerplate and make it exactly what people came to see and put it out.
But what I did like, what I did enjoy, was to probably make it in the 7 to 8 range, was the
Mm.
way that Reed was depicted. Because he was depicted as somebody who likes science more than his family. And I definitely enjoyed that. Because that is comic
Yeah.
book accurate, and he is going to be as racist as he is in the comic books. He is
Oh
going to
my
be
God.
that in the upcoming Marvel films. Just
That's not what you
watch.
led with. That's not what you started with. You started out with he likes science more than his family. And if y'all are interested in that rant, go back and listen to
Yeah, go back and listen to that episode. But
Reed Richards is
yes,
a racist episode. Is that what you named
yes,
it?
that's what
I,
I named it.
I
Hmm.
don't. I don't. I think that's a misnomer. But Babs, how was your previous week?
Sorry, it wasn't filled with superheroes.
It's okay. It's okay. Ours is usually not.
Mm.
I had a pretty decent week. I had the pleasure of so Pat and I are, I guess, starting to commemorate my brother's death anniversary with like a bike ride this
Mm.
year. So this Wednesday, I took off and we went mountain biking, which
Hmm.
kind of goes into, I think, something that we'll probably talk about. I've been getting really into trail biking.
Hmm.
So I don't like road biking. It's very different. It's
Hmm.
boring to me, but like biking in the middle of the woods, in the mountains and stuff is like way more engaging.
Hmm.
We went on
Okay.
that, and then later on that day we went on a boat. So it was a pretty
Mm.
Mm.
good day. That was probably like the most active day in the week. And that's all I'm gonna talk about because I'm like the other days were kind of boring, but that
What
was a
what day was that? Was that like a Saturday? Was that a Friday?
Wednesday.
That was a Wednesday. So y'all did this. Oh, y'all took the day off. Never mind. Y'all took the day off. I'm about to
Yes.
say y'all did this after work. What I said that's a lot. But
Well, the boat was after work, but that's we also wanted to go on the specific trail during the
mhm.
weekday too because
Yeah.
and it was still people out there.
Oh.
Mm.
Like, what
Hmm.
y'all doing?
Okay. Okay. So what kind of was it like, just like a friend's boat? Did y'all just like rent a boat for a
Yeah,
minute?
one of Pat's friends just got a boat like a month ago, and it was like,
Oh.
and I'm not gonna lie, it was really rough. The first
Yeah.
30,
Speedboats be like that.
40 minutes, I was like, if we don't find some level of stillness, I'm finna cut somebody. Like, it was
I'm finna throw up.
unsafe. I'm like, if y'all into astrology, I am an earth sign and I am not a
Mm.
person that likes to be in the water like that. I like to sit by the water and I like to
Mm.
watch it and I like to be
Hmm.
still. But it
Dip
was
your
a
feet
lot of movement. It was very
in.
choppy. And I was like,
Yeah. Now, the last time I was in a boat like that, I went when I went parasailing, and the and I'm thinking the parasailing is going to be like this high energy, high octane kind of light thing. Nah. Once you in the sail and stuff, it's chill. But on the boat, bobbing. I'm like, I'm
yes,
sick. I'm
hitting.
like,
I was scared for the boat. I was like, is it gonna collapse? It was hitting every wave, everyone. We didn't miss it.
yeah.
Just hit.
Wow,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's fun. So you haven't been on a cruise?
I went on a cruise when I was really young and my I was just talking to Marcus about this. My family has been trying to plan a family cruise for years. And to be honest, I am so happy that it like doesn't come to fruition because I don't want to go on a cruise. I just watched that Netflix documentary about the poo poo cruise
Oh
and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh,
I'm good.
don't
I'm
let
good.
that scare you, man. You know, cruising, we were talking about this yesterday too, but like cruising is a black thing. A lot of
I
black
was like, Black
families.
people love cruises,
Mhm.
but then I'm also like, what would our ancestors think?
Are y'all getting on boats for fun? After everything we went through?
Wow.
I'm
Y'all
like,
trust these folks to put y'all on a boat?
I'm like, what is our obsession with being out in the water on the boat like that? Like, do we not do we not feel it in our DNA?
Nah, I mean, I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
all you can eat though, so.
Exactly. You like, you can eat and you can drink whatever.
Mhm,
It makes it
mhm.
It's
fun.
a lot of times cruises are like cheaper vacations, and
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But
yeah.
I'm also like,
But don't go like I hadn't heard about the carnival crew, the carnival poop story, but I had heard about the carnival fight where like these two families got to fighting on a boat and it just spread to the whole boat. Like the entire boat was like swinging to the point where they had to stop the cruise and call the Coast Guard and be like, "Hey, look, come arrest some people because we
Montgomery
can't
Rock.
even keep going like this."
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy. Okay, but I've heard that like Carnival is like the
so good.
bring your own drink and anything goes and whatever.
Low key, low,
Um, but
low key.
yeah, and DeMarcus, how was your previous week? And please, no pool.
No pool? All right, all right, all right. I'll leave the pool out. But my previous week is wasn't the best week. My
Oh
car got
no.
broken into
Again?
again, bro, again. Yeah. So this is the second time my car's got broken into in San Jose. Um, it was in San Jose both times. The first time was with my ex-girlfriend when I was at her house. This time I was at Shauna's house, my current girlfriend's house, and my car got broken into. And they luckily they didn't steal nothing out of it. They just tried to they tried to like hotwire it. You know, like I drive a Kia, so I haven't seen the Kia boys video on how to like this is how you steal a Kia, but I know what it looks like now because it happened to me once before, and I was like, oh, that's what they was trying to do. They were not successful, and so they just left. Luckily, my car's not as beat up as last time, so I think I can do a lot of the fixing myself. I already got the window fixed, and I'm gonna fix the steering column on my own.
Okay. Um,
That was my week, man. That
um,
was a big part of my that was a big piece of my week. Yeah,
so what year is your car?
it's 2016.
Okay. Um,
It's a Kia.
Mm.
and you didn't go get, or there was no like update, like go get your car updated, like a
And
warranty upgrade or
is
anything?
there a recall on
Yeah,
Kia because
recall
they're
that, yeah.
now so because everyone knows they're now so easy to steal? No, absolutely not.
Kia don't care. They like,
They're like, look, that car is from like because the Kia boys probably came out what I want to say like 5 years ago. Maybe they started posting their videos, and what 5 years ago it was what 2020.
wait, so they make videos like this is an actual I knew that Kias got broken into, but this is what
The
is this
Kia
like
boy,
about water
you
boys?
can
The water
Google.
boys?
Nah, 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 not like nothing like the Water Boys. Water Boys in Atlanta are legit. They just trying to make a little money for whatever cause they got that day or that week or whatever. The Kia Boys, I think they started posting videos like 5 years ago or something. That's when I remember first hearing about them. And they would just post videos like, oh, like you can like hotwire a Kia with a charging cord, like a lightning cable, and this is how you do it. And they just start
Mm,
putting out TikToks on like this is how you steal a Kia. I've never seen one, but I've heard about them a lot.
okay.
And it was a big uptick in like Kia thefts or Kia break-ins and Hyundai's. I think they might have did something for Hyundai's too, but I know Hyundai's is like the other car that's like really easy to steal.
Funny enough, one of my friends has a Hyundai and his car got broken into like a month and a half ago.
Was it the first time his car's ever been broken into?
Yeah,
Okay. How
yeah.
long has he had the Hyundai?
He's had it for some years,
Okay.
like probably like 6, but I think it's more so the neighborhood he's staying in now, but
That'll do it. That'll
Yeah.
do it.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, as we said, oh, was there anything else about your week?
I'm trying to think.
I'm behind.
I went and saw the movie. But other than that, the weekend I just been chilling, man. It's a long week.
All right. Well, as we said, we saw the Fantastic Four movie, and I don't know about DeMarcus, but I saw this movie using Movie Pass. So, DeMarcus, can you please
Mm.
tell our listeners and Babs about Movie Pass?
I tell Bass about Movie Pass all the time, so I'll just say that for
Oh,
listeners. So Movie Pass is a subscription-based service meant to make movie going easier and more accessible for moviegoers like me, you, and Babs. it's a subscription based, and for a monthly fee, you can go see multiple movies in a theater. So once you subscribe, you get a number of points per your subscription. You can use those points to go see the movies. They give you a Mastercard. It's going to be called your Movie Pass card, and it works just like a credit card. You unlock it, you pay for your movie ticket, only your movie ticket. You
Mm.
can now use it to pay for snacks and stuff. But you might be able to bring a friend depending on what tier you subscribe to. I definitely used it to go see Fantastic Four, and I'm like I done like synced up my movie pass with all the other movie services that I use, and I found out I got like 2,100 points at
Yeah,
Synopsis.
yeah, because he said you can't use the MasterCard for your snacks. Well, you can use the points that you get for buying the movie ticket for your snacks. As I
Hmm.
found out, because I have over 100,000 points on my movie pass. So get movie pass. The cheapest tier is like $10 a month. It is definitely worth it if you like to go to the movies.
I mean, and
But
even if yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I don't mean to cut
no,
you off.
you go ahead.
I was gonna say, even if you only go to the movies like once or twice a month, that $10 tier, that's it. That's you right
Mhm.
there.
Yeah,
Because that's the
Like
one I started with.
$18 nowadays.
Mhm.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so what, Babs? You saying you use it one time and you get your money back?
No, I'm saying that's a good di Come on now.
That's
I'm
what I'm. No, that was what I'm saying. If a movie ticket costs $15 and your movie pass subscription costs 10, you getting your money back over when you use it one time. Yeah? No? Am I not making
I
sense?
was trying to go with the flow of like saying that's a good deal
Okay,
because
that's what I was trying to go with. That's
outside
what I
of
was trying
it,
to go with. That's where I was trying to
I
take
felt
you.
like he was coming at
That's where
me,
I
and
was
I'm
trying to
like,
take you. I was trying to take you like, oh, it's a
Mhm.
good
but
deal.
I was
Say
already
more
going
about how
there.
it's a
You
good
don't gotta
deal.
leave me. I'm there. I'm there. I'm
You
there.
ain't gotta leave me on
That
there.
sounds like a great deal, guys.
Thank you,
We didn't
thank
give her
you,
the
Go
thank
script.
buy
We
a
didn't
you.
give
movie pass.
we didn't give her the script ahead of time. That's our bad.
Okay, and thank you. But this segment, what we usually do is it's called the Put You On segment. And we usually like to put our listeners on to one thing in media, whether it's TV, movies, books, other podcasts, comics, anything in media that we want to put them onto so they can consume and enjoy it. So, Babs, what is one thing that you want to put our listeners onto?
Um, so I have been listening to, or I do like listening to NPR's Throughline podcast. I don't know if
Okay.
y'all listen to
Hmm,
that,
No.
but
never
I
heard
feel
of
like it's a really cool podcast to listen to, like historical events that have
Mhm.
happened, and
it.
it
Hmm.
like narrates it, and it has like different perspectives that they bring in to really like bring in the facts in the narration to make like the historical event come alive. Like I was just listening to there's a three-part series on, I guess, America's relations with Iran,
Mm,
Hmm.
and it really goes all the way back to like, I guess, the 30s, or like way back when relationships started, and like all the way until now, and like why things are disruptive now and things like that. But
Hmm.
I like Throughline because it
okay.
All right.
I mean, that sounds
Solid picks.
interesting.
Mhm.
And how is Throughline or in NPR, are they still going to have this with the recent budget cuts that have been going on? Because I'm not going to start a new podcast if it's not going to. Well, I guess that their legacy. Okay, yeah, I guess their legacy. But
I don't know. I feel like they're like, I get what you're saying. I'm, of course, like, I don't work for NPR. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I've been hearing a lot of like commentary or their like commercials saying like give because we're
mm,
in like
Hmm.
trouble
yeah,
with administration, all that. So I think they're gonna do their thing until they can, but there's like enough stuff on there to like go backtrack,
yeah,
catch up on stuff. So.
yeah. And that one on Iran sounds extremely interesting. Um, DeMarcus, what do you want to put them onto this week?
I got a couple of things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a couple of things. I know I usually only have I'm scraping around for one, but this week I found two things. I binged this anime. and it was called I left my A rank party to like form a party with my former students or something like that, or to like t conquer a dungeon with my former students.
You
Um,
talked about this.
but it sounds very similar to an anime I've talked about before. I agree, but I haven't talked about this one yet. Um, or maybe I said because this is my first time watching it.
Okay.
Uh, let's see. I left my A rank party to help my former students
Oh my God, he's searching
reach
it.
the dungeon depths.
Okay.
Jerry, you know how I hate these long titles, and I'm trying to make a recommendation, so I got to give you the whole thing. Anyway,
It's not your culture.
I don't see what that has to do with me not liking long titles. But anyway,
What is it about DeMarcus?
it's about this guy who does exactly the title pretty much gives you the whole thing. He left his
Mm-hmm.
he was like almost an A rank adventurer. He's in this A ranking party, so they're like the best party adventuring party in the land, but then they're not paying him well. So he's like, "All right, I'm out of here because I done complained to y'all a couple of times about not being paid good, so I'm leaving." And then the A rank party just goes to shit because apparently he's been the one doing all the work in the background. So he's buying all their potions. He's the one like mapping out dungeons and doing all the research. He's the one coming up with all the strategies and whatnot. He's the one covering folks' asses when they go left. And so when he leaves, they start like losing everything. One of them almost dies, but he like joins up with his party of like former students, and starts helping them like increase their skills or help them like delve in dungeons and stuff. And they start blowing up real fast. There's also like an element of like streaming in this anime where like you have this adventuring party, but they like stream their adventures, and that's how they become like popular. So that was a weird part, but other than that, it was pretty good, and I kind of like binged it over the last couple of days. Uh,
So it's like solo leveling, like it's they're going to dungeons in the present, or
what do you mean going down dungeons in the present?
like how are they streaming?
Oh, so like they have like a little magical device, and they're like, "All right, start streaming now," and it just like records them like a camera.
Oh, so it's still like medieval times, or okay.
Something like that. They be mixing it now because like it's like, oh, we stay at this tavern, but the tavern has like cell phones. Yeah,
The
yeah.
tavern
Uh,
has cell phones,
like people have cell phones, but they stay in like old timey like taverns.
like actual cell phones, or like
Like something similar to it. Like
oh,
they have
okay,
a square device they put up to their head to talk to someone else.
okay, all
Anyway,
right.
my other recommendation. Started listening to this podcast called Only Black Kids in the Class. And it is hosted by this married couple that they've been dating since they were like 16, 17 years old. Um,
Yuck.
and they've been married forever. Hosted by like Robert and Mrs. Sawyer. Um, and they talk about like growing up as like the only black kids in their respective classes. But really, the day-to-day episodes are like they're reading either stories from like their audience or stories from like Six Brown Chicks or just like stories from like Reddit, and they're just giving their opinions. They talk about like their marriage and stuff, and like how they've like been together for so long. But it's real good. It's funny. It's wholesome. The dude, Robert Sawyer, is a therapist, and so his thing is like, oh, he's like, I'm a therapist, but I'm just not your therapist. And so, any advice you hear here is for kicks and giggles. You know, this is not legal advice. Don't take it and run with it. But you can write in, and we'll tell you our opinion. And then Mrs. Sawyer is like, Babs, she's like the typical auntie. Like, she's like, yeah, health and healing, but you still get these hands. Pray with me,
You
don't play.
got things to do. All right.
Exactly. Exactly. And then like she'll have that attitude one minute and then the next minute she'll be like, oh, she's like, oh, my husband makes good money. I don't have to do that. I don't have to worry about that. She's like, oh, my
Hmm.
husband does all those things. I don't have to do that. I don't have to think about that.
Okay. So the Sawyers, they you said they read stuff from like Six Brown Chicks and from Reddit. So,
Reddit and like people like write in for their advice specifically too. Yeah.
I'm
uh,
gonna make some. I'm gonna
so,
send it in.
so,
Hmm.
so it's like a full podcast, and it's just the listeners' letters.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh wow.
sometimes, yeah, some episodes, like a lot of the episodes that I've listened to have been like they've had episodes that were like only listener letters, and then they had episodes that was like only like Reddit
Mm,
threads, like
okay.
"Am I the asshole?" kind of threads.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
Naz, I think you
uh,
would really enjoy it.
I definitely will look into it. I'm
okay.
writing it down.
I am, if I may put the kids onto something this week, I have
Please.
been reading this brand new manga, but it's not brand new, it's brand new to me, called Hidden Class Gravity User. And what it is like a isekai kinda.
Hmm.
This guy, he is like a, a, a part of this S-rank dungeon crew in this solo leveling type of world. So
Hmm.
it's like
Hmm.
portals open up in our current world and they have to go in them. And he has his S-rank dungeon crew, but come to find out, his things that were keeping him um going uh at the lower levels, like inflicting poison, because he's like a thief or something, inflicting
Hmm.
poison, stealing, doing all that stuff. It doesn't really work on the S tier monsters. Like they're all immune to poison. They can't get hit by slashing damage. All he
Mm.
is quick. So this party X-nays him out of the group. So then
Mm.
this person, he gets an alert on his phone. He sees that something's here. He's an S-rank um uh class member. So he goes to assist and he gets killed. But instead of get killed, he gets to go back and uh do his journey as an adventurer over again. And this time he decides to be this new hidden class. Um and he becomes a gravity user. And the way
Mm.
you become a gravity user is you just reduce fall damage for your first 10 levels, and then you are a gravity user. So
Wow.
yeah. so so he does that, and it's kind of like omniscient reader from there, where he knows what's going to happen.
Hmm.
And he just like they're waiting for the next portal and or getting all the great items before they got by other members. So it's a
Mm.
really good read. I'm really enjoying it, and it's called Hidden Class Gravity User. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Um,
Nice.
Babs, do you uh read anime, or do you read and watch anime or read manga at all?
I know so many people who do.
Mm-hmm.
I know so many people who do. So I feel like through them, I like read it, watch it, hear it. I'm not gonna lie, my first getting into any like anime was Avatar, and I was obsessed because it was
Mm.
like there was a spiritual component to it, and I was
Mm.
like getting down deep with it. I was like,
Mm.
elements,
Mm.
honey, yes, yes. I was
Yes.
like the elements and the spiritual component.
Yeah.
Um,
You better just balance your
that's about it.
chakras.
That's about it. But I know so
Practice your
many people.
breathing.
Mhm.
And you just heard this week the very exciting news about the third book. He is a black girl from the Earth Kingdom, and she is the next successor for the Avatar after Korra.
Oh my gosh.
Is
Yeah,
it a third book or is it a third series?
yeah, the third, like it's not season, but
Yeah, yeah.
the third part of the
Okay.
Avatar.
And when is it? Did they have a release date yet or no?
I think they said 2006, 2026.
Oh, so next year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't gotta wait that long. I'm excited.
Yep, yep,
Are the
yep.
original creators involved at all?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so you know it's gonna be
Yes.
good.
Yeah, hopefully. As Dragon Prince just got canceled from Netflix.
They had enough seasons. I feel like they could have wrapped Dragon Prince up a while ago.
I
Mm,
actually think I've seen Dragon Prince.
Yeah.
mhm.
The Mystery of
Yeah.
Avaros or something like that.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Hmm.
love Dragon Prince. It was very inclusive, very diverse, and that's what I really
Hmm.
liked about it.
Hmm.
Because their relationships, the people weren't the same relationships and the same people that we've seen um in cartoons. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But I think that um they are looking for a Kickstarter, even though they've already filmed the voices.
Hmm.
But they're asking for a Kickstarter because they can't be on Netflix. I think this next season or the season after that next one, they can't be on Netflix anymore. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I have been following Dragon Prince, and I felt like, are you talking, Babs? I think,
Sorry, I wanted to follow up. They can't be on Netflix. Like, you mean like Netflix like let them go and didn't want to work with them anymore?
Yeah, yeah, they were canceled on Netflix.
Ah, okay.
mm, yeah, I
Mhm.
think, yeah, like I think the Dragon Prince, like I have been following it, and the first season was like real good. Second season, and it just got better from there. But then, like the last couple of seasons I saw, I was like, starting to like, it feels like they're starting to run out of stuff.
Mm,
Hmm. Or they're
I
trying to
didn't get
force
that.
it, or they're trying to like
Uh,
force it a little bit. Maybe could have just been me.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay, Demarcus, do we have an activity for today?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I've got an
wow.
activity for you and Babs.
Okay.
So if you've never listened to Black Geek Energy or heard us do an activity,
Mm-hmm.
shame on you, because what the fuck have you been doing?
Mm,
Um, but the way these work is DeMarcus comes up with the games, the questions, the answers, all of that jazz. I am the judge, jury, and executioner of these games. I decide the right answers, the wrong answers, the winners, and the losers. And today is not, we don't have so much of a competitive activity. We have a collaborative activity
oh, okay.
for Jardo and Babs to do together.
Okay.
You both are have a very distinct, different and distinct set of expertise.
All right.
And so we will be having both of you call on those to answer these questions.
Okay.
Right, great, great.
Okay.
So I'm going to explain how it works. Today's game is called Psycho Heroes. Uh,
Mm,
and so what I am going to do, and as I am going to read a short paragraph to you about a particular hero, it is going to read like an intake document for someone who is starting their healing journey at Be
mm-hmm.
Grace Holistic Healings.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, what you will need to do, Babs, is to give us your approach, your program that you are going to develop for this person. Like what are you going to do with them? What are the main issues? What are you going to do? How is that going to help them? You
I
know,
feel like this is an exam. This
Yeah.
not an
feels
exam. There's no
like
right
an
answers.
actual LICSW exam.
I don't know. I don't know what those letters mean together, but I'll take your word for it. But yeah, diagnose them if you feel like there's a low hanging fruit diagnosis or something that lands with you. Jared, your task in this will be to tell us who this person is.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
name the hero. Which
Mm-hmm.
and there will be hints, and you and Babs can talk about it. Y'all can ask me questions. And yeah, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. Just hopefully it's not another of those um Luke Cages because Luke Cage still does not have a logo that I can find on the internet. So
Okay, so we're gonna live in today. We're gonna live in today, and we're gonna go
okay.
ahead and get started.
I'm never
Actually
gonna forget
taking
that.
me back to D&D with you, DeMarcus, and you being lead. Because
Yeah.
you're like orchestrating, you're like, I tell you the rules and I tell you when it all. I'm
Mm,
like, okay, all
Mm,
the power's in your hands.
yeah.
I
not
see
all the power. Not
you're in your comfort zone.
not
Okay.
all the power.
Yeah.
Not all the power.
No,
Not
no,
all the power.
he usually makes these to embarrass me. He changed the rules like during the game. He makes up invisible little conditions and he
Is this
gets the
D&D?
answers from ChatGPT. So
This is D&D. Cool.
yeah, okay.
Babs, remember who your friend is on this podcast. You eating tacos with me. Anyway, all right. Number one. Are y'all ready? Do y'all understand what y'all need to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great, perfect. All right, number one. This individual presents with dissociative identity disorder, shifting between multiple distinct personalities that have developed to cope with a violent past and overwhelming guilt. They report memory gaps, hypervigilance, and a complicated relationship with a higher power they believe guides their actions. And
All
now,
right.
either of you can start.
Okay. So that's Moon Knight.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Um, he does have that associate personality disorder, and he answers to the god Khonshu from Egypt. A white guy answering to Egypt. Anyway, that's another story.
I mean, as it should
But
be. Reparations.
okay. So yeah, I think that that is Khonshu. Um, I I would just say if his like, did you talk any of that little spiel about the violence that he does?
Mm,
A
to
little.
cope with a violent past and overwhelming guilt.
Mm, okay, yeah. And he is continuing that violence uh as well. I don't think any of his personalities are very pacifist. All of them are very violent, but I think that that's Moon Knight.
I, I think Mark Spector is pretty, you
I
know,
mean, he still beats people up.
but he's not like killing them. He's the one that does it the most out of necessity. But Babs, please, your professional opinion.
Actually, I'm confused as to what I'm supposed to be doing because you gave a disorder already.
Mhm.
Although
Sure,
I wasn't
sure.
gonna give that, but I'm supposed to be marking like what the issue is with
Now,
him.
what would be your therapeutic program for this person? What kind of therapy do they need? How would you approach them? Or how would you approach a session? And you can throw in a diagnosis if you like. That was the only one that has like a distinctive diagnosis in the thing.
I'm trying to figure out what you said he has like I'm trying to kind of figure out like where he's at in life, how functional he is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
as a therapist, we're always going to be asking more questions to
Okay.
really,
Mhm.
Okay.
I feel like enough information wasn't given. I definitely am not diagnosing at this point, but I don't even know what his functionality is on a day to day to even understand and assess what the problem is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jardo,
So
how?
he functions very goodly in his different personalities. One is a taxi cab driver, and he makes a living that way. Another personality is like this multi-billionaire, and he definitely functions in that one. And his last personality is kind of like an everyday man. I don't think he really has a quote unquote job. But so he can function well. It's just when he is, he has this urge to protect different people, and these different personalities come out whenever I guess the situation calls for.
Mm. So as his therapist, I would ask, what are your goals for therapy?
Mm,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. Cool. All right.
I'm
Let's.
not here to force anything on anybody. You came here. So like, what are your goals? So how can I help you? Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. Cool.
Mm.
So what are his goals? All right. Let's move on to the number two.
So was Moon Knight correct that you didn't
It
say?
was Moon Knight. It was Moon Knight. But I said there are no right. I said this is not a right or wrong type of deal. So
Mm.
it was Moon Knight. But
Okay.
balancing a public career with the weight of a mystical family legacy, this person struggles with imposter syndrome and a sense of cultural disconnection. While confident in the public eye, they privately grapple with the pressure to live up to their inherited responsibilities.
Mm. A mystic person.
A mystical
Um,
family
s-
legacy, yes.
yeah, so this is Zatanna, I believe.
Mm, mm, mm.
And yeah, you diagnosed her again.
I did.
Yeah, in the
That's
thing.
a diagnosis. Imposter syndrome is a diagnosis.
I think I'm not the therapist. Is it?
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
That's not like a DSM diagnosis of formal, but that's like something we talk about truthfully.
Hmm.
Okay. So it can play into a DSN.
DSM. That's the
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that is Zatanna, her family legacy with Zatara, her
Mhm.
dad, and all the mystical stuff um would play into that for Zatanna.
Hmm. Okay. This one is Vixen actually.
Vixen?
No.
How?
No right or wrong answers.
There are no right or wrongs. But I want Jared as the if he's going to be the patient advocate in this scenario, I want him to know which patient he's talking about.
How is read it again?
So what part does not connect with Vixen for you?
The whole thing. Like, I don't know Vixen's parents. So who
Mm.
were her parents?
Jardo
Uh,
can advocate.
I don't know her. I don't know her parents either. But she is not the first one to have the little thing that she has.
Did it mention of artifacts?
It did not. I don't think.
See? So how is
But
it
hold on.
Vixen?
But I think Vixen has a more public career than Zatanna because ain't Vixen like a model?
Zatanna performs every day on in Las Vegas. How is she?
Not the one we was looking for. Anyway,
See, see what I mean? He does this.
this is not
It's
it's not a wrong
Zatanna.
answer. I just want to be accurate. I just want to
Okay, so it's
as we move into
the accuracy is Zatanna.
as we move into the diagnoses to the therapeutic program because
Mhm.
heroes need therapy too. I don't say they need therapy more than most.
And then Zatanna, her imposter syndrome to be like her father. Like,
Mm,
in the previous Zatanna that was just released, it was all
mhm,
about her imposter syndrome. It was all about how she was trying to be like her father with the way that he did magic, and how her father's death affected her. So it's Zatanna. You may have been thinking Vixen, but it's definitely Zatanna.
all right, so to not throw out this game, Babs, how would you approach this person's therapeutic program? You would ask them what are their goals and assume they don't
Yeah,
want
I mean, this character has a little bit more, so we don't even have
to.
the goal.
Oh,
And also,
look,
I
but,
will say a strength of this character is Jardo's advocate.
mhm,
So thank you. You've given me a little bit more information with the imposter syndrome and like playing into that. I feel
okay.
like this character has well, my approach, I'm like really about relationship with self, and I kind of can sense some like maybe esteem
Mm,
issues. So I would definitely do some exploratory approaches regarding self-esteem, belonging, identity,
mm,
a sense of self-worth,
yeah.
and trying to kind of like get an understanding of that to see how I would proceed forward in building it. But yeah,
Mm,
Okay.
thank you,
okay. Do you
Jordan.
see that a lot in your practice?
Oh yeah,
Oh wow.
I probably attract a lot of people who I think naturally, as like a society, we are so bought into our external environment and producing that we forget a sense of self. We forget to
Mm-hmm.
ignore it. We forget to nurture it. We forget to even like understand how it plays into the things that we do. We're all about just external production a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
times because we live in capitalism. So we're just like, money's everything. I gotta go make the buck and like work
Mm-hmm.
until I die. So
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah, that becomes like the only relationship or one of the most important relationships that you're giving into. But it's always yourself first.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay. Number three. An ex-law enforcement officer turned investigative, vigilante presents with obsessive tendencies and inability to disengage from uncovering conspiracies and a lingering trauma from institutional betrayal. Past struggles with alcohol abuse and emotional detachment are evident.
Hmm. Um, hmm. This one's hard because there are so many police officers or law enforcement people.
I would suggest you focus on the things like uh uncovering this. inability to disengage from uncovering conspiracies, and trauma from institutional betrayal,
Mm.
especially the conspiracies part.
Hmm. Is this person in Marvel or DC?
DC.
Goodness.
It's not Batman.
Yeah, I know. I gotta Batman's never had a real job. Um, I think I gotta go with the question.
That is correct.
Yeah, the question.
That is not correct. That is who it is. Because there are no wrong answers here.
Is that who you have written down?
That is that I just said that is who it is. That is who this person, that is who this persona is based on.
So yeah, the question wears this mask that was passed down, and it really makes them, I think, a little bit I just don't know all the questions backstory. I just know it has this mask. It makes them a little bit paranoid, makes them
Mm,
ask only questions to get answers. And I think all of the questions previously, including the one now, um, have been in law enforcement because they are always asking questions. They're always trying to get to the bottom of things. And and I know that with the Justice League's new headquarters in the sky, um, the question was like the sheriff who would always
mm.
ask why this is happening, why this person is teleporting in, what's going on here, what's going on there. So I do think that the question does have this paranoia, but I think it's baked into that mask. I don't know the question's backstory really.
All right.
So the first thing that we kind of have to approach is the substance use
Mhm.
because it's there,
Mhm.
and we don't know if it's actually playing more into the OCD or the paranoia. So
Mhm.
we gotta kind of like figure that out. So that would be like the first approach is like the substance use.
Mm.
And as a therapist, the type of substance use treatment this person probably needs is not within my wheelhouse. It's I would refer out to
Mm.
I would maybe build a little bit rapport and
Mhm.
handhold since they have like some emotional detachment issues or something.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, refer out for sure.
Yeah,
It's like I'm not dealing with this.
yeah. Which
No,
question?
that's not my personal, you know,
Mhm.
So,
yeah.
so which question had the substance abuse?
Renee Montoya.
She does?
Hmm. She
What,
be
what's the abuse?
she be drinking.
Oh, drinking. Okay, yeah.
She be drinking.
Wait, what? It's not question that has a substance use? It,
The question's real name is Renee Montoya.
Mhm.
oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. I was
Yeah.
like, were we talking about a whole nother person?
No, 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 no. All right. Okay. We'll do a couple more and then we can move on to some better stuff. Some good stuff.
I think this
The
is fun.
the meat of it.
Okay.
Um, a master martial artist seeks therapy to reconcile a childhood of strict abusive training with their desire to forge a peaceful and independent life. They struggle trusting others, suppressing emotions, and distracting themselves from a powerful and manipulative parental figure.
Hmm. A master martial artist, and this is DC too, right?
This one is actually Marvel.
Okay. Because I don't know too many DC. So, um, my first thought is Daredevil because he
Mm,
does have a lot of parental things going on. But
hmm.
then I remember that everybody in the Marvel universe and comic books, period, has a lot of parental things going on. And what was the last sentence you said?
They struggle with trusting others, suppressing emotions, and distancing themselves from a powerful and manipulative parental figure. Um, yeah, this does sound a lot like Daredevil, and I will say it is not Daredevil.
Yeah. It also sounds like Quentin, who was the first, who's Psylocke. Quentin
Hmm.
is the body that Betsy Braddock actually went into. Um,
Mm, mm,
she
mm,
had a very manipulative figure as a uh, Quentin was a member of the Hand. So
mm,
she
hmm.
had to kill people as a child. But I don't think that it's her.
Yeah, I would say that a
Um,
lot of that is missing from this.
yeah. Shang-Chi is another martial artist. I don't know a lot about his backstory.
Hmm.
Um,
Shang-Chi has a dad, so he could,
yeah,
he
he
has a parental
could. I
figure.
don't know. Um, I uh Wolverine. He's trained in martial arts and he definitely has stuff with his parents,
I
but
don't
I
think,
know it's not
yeah, I don't,
Wolverine.
yeah, I don't think, well, I don't think people would describe Wolverine as a martial artist first in
Yeah,
most
yeah,
cases.
they wouldn't, but he is.
He
He
is. I'm not gonna say nothing away from him. He done trained in Japan and everything with the wisest of the samurai. But what's up, Babs? You got your approach ready while Jared's still
I was
considering?
gonna, I have a question. I don't know if it's gonna help Jardo, but
Hmm.
I was gonna say the goal was so that he can live an independent life. What is, say more
A
about that?
a peaceful and independent life. He just wants to, he wants to live a normal life. He wants to be, Joe Schmo and not have to
and
deal with
So if he wants to be Joe Smo, who is he?
yeah, in Daredevil, he uh
Joe Schmo.
wants to live a peaceful life. He has this huge Catholic upbringing. He always
Hmm.
talks about the guilt of being himself. He's very guilty,
I
guilt
think
of
that's a
being
Catholic
himself.
thing.
Yeah, but he wants to be free of all this stuff that he feels compelled to go and help.
Mm-hmm.
And that was evident in his last run where he was actually a priest of a little orphan school. And he
Okay.
quit the Daredevil, quit being Daredevil for a while. So I know it's not it, but I'm gonna say Daredevil, Matt Murdock. Who
Mm.
was it?
It was Shang-Chi. You skipped over him just because you didn't know a lot about him.
I don't. I don't. What,
Yeah, yeah,
what's
but
what's the what's the parental figure?
his dad. His dad was like, you need to be the master of martial arts and keep up this mystical mayhem I got going on.
Yeah, I knew nothing about. I don't know Shang-Chi's backstory.
All right, Babs, how are we approaching this man?
So I had two things that come to mind, and they're like both my specialties regarding modalities. So I was thinking
Mm,
I wanted to get him to understand his like nervous system a bit more with the polyvagal theory. So I'm
hmm
like a part of that emotional suppression might be him attempting to cope and feel safe, but
hmm
I feel like there's a lot of emotional like a lack of emotional awareness. So in tuning in somatically into his nervous system and understanding how it will work, he could start to recognize and become more aware of like various emotions and behaviors associated with them. So that's
mm.
like one thought. And then I was thinking about also internal family systems work, which is like AKA parts work, where he could
Arts
understand,
work?
yeah, parts work,
Okay.
like potentially understand uh various parts of himself that he might be suppressing, like the part of himself that doesn't trust others or the part of himself that like wants to find peace in an independent life and figuring
Hmm.
out how those can work together. How like so in parts work, there's like our protectors and our exiles. Exiles are who we suppress. Protectors are the parts of us who literally try to like they're on like they come up in a day-to-day basis to protect us. And I feel
Hmm.
like some of his protection is the suppression. That's how he protects, but underlying that is an exile part of him that he's hiding from the world. And I would love to know what that is. And figuring
Mm.
that out might allow him more awareness of himself And then he'll also become a little bit emotionally aware of the things that, are working out internally or not working out. And he'll eventually find peace. And
Okay.
we'll figure out how to get all of that balanced. So
Do you think peace is a destination or is it a journey?
definitely not a destination. You're always attempting to find peace,
Mm.
attempting to find balance. So
Okay. 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 All right. One more, and then we'll move to Black people in therapy. Um, uh, a former criminal turned hero uses humor and absurdity to deflect from unresolved shame about their past. They struggle with being taken seriously despite genuine efforts at reformation and often avoid deep emotional reflection through jokes and slapstick behavior.
Yeah, so this is Harley Quinn. Um,
Mm.
Dr. Harleen Quinzel. That's the
Hmm.
first one that comes to mind. Who
They are a as a
she's
criminal turned hero.
yeah.
Okay.
She's killed before, she still's killing now. Um, and Dr. Harleen Quinzel is a psychiatrist in the
Hmm.
field.
Hmm.
Could also be Ivy, because is this another DC person or Marvel?
This is a DC person. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm first thinking Dr. Harleen Quinzel. It could also
Hmm.
be Poison Ivy.
Poison
Um,
Ivy has like
not,
slapstick humor.
not, not, no, I remember the slapstick comedy. Um, it could be I forget it's not the Joker, but he looks like the Joker. He wears this fur cape. Um,
Mm.
I forget his name. It could be him. He uses slapstick comedy in DC.
I would say
Uh,
this person is solidly a hero now, I think, in my experience, I've only seen them in a criminal aspect in like flashbacks.
hmm.
hmm. Is it a boy or girl?
Boy, boy or girl.
I still get Harleen Quinzel from this. A boy criminal. The elongating man. He can elongate himself. What's his
There
name?
is a
Black.
person called Elongating Man. So
Yeah, it is not. It's not him, but it's stretchy guy. He has a son. Who has the same powers.
you're on it. You're there.
I know. I, I, I know his name. Uh,
He's he's not rubber.
oh, the
Yes.
plastic man.
There we
Yeah,
go. And
yeah.
I
He
think this
was
is the
a.
son.
What you saying?
Is the son's name Eel O'Brien?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the son.
yeah. He was a petty criminal.
Hmm.
Um, I, and he got dosed with some chemicals, and then he joined the light side, as they say. But
Mm.
he does use his humor to kind of um, mask how he's feeling, as it was this, and they just had a comic book on this when he was trying to um, not relate to his son, but actually get his son's DNA so that he could be cured of his illness.
Mm.
And to do that, he had to relate to his son, but that wasn't his first goal. And it was about him really trying to, manipulate his son into doing what he wanted to do, basically.
Mm.
So
That
yeah,
sounds shitty.
yeah, he's not a criminal anymore. He still has some criminal ways, but yeah, the plastic man.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm like kind of drawing a blank because all I can hear is like humor, deflection, deflection, and I'm just kind of like, I need to sit this person in front of me and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going to do because I want to know how much the humor plays up. And sometimes what like in the way that I practice and me being just like holding people accountable and being curious, I want to ask like, "Oh, you laughed at this. Like what makes you laugh at that?" You know, like what does that do for you? What purpose is it serving? So I couldn't name like a specific modality. I would have to just sit this person in front of me and very much
Mm.
be curious about this humor as a deflection and coping.
Okay.
I
Okay.
want to
Yeah.
see more.
You don't you don't you don't think there's nothing going on with the shame of like, oh, I used to be a criminal, now I'm trying to help people?
I mean, I feel like you're trying to lead me to think more of
Oh,
that.
no, 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 I'm just asking. I'm just asking the
I
question.
mean, that's
I'm not
like
I'm not the therapist. I'm
a
not the
part of like
professional.
a thorough intake. I would have to get into that criminal background. I thought Jardo was going to talk a little bit more about the like criminal background.
You're a
I
petty
have been
criminal.
getting a lot more from like Jardo's take on stuff.
Mm.
I feel like this time
Yeah.
I'm like I don't really
You
know.
don't you don't work with no patient advocates that can like give you a little more depth to the people that you got
Well,
coming.
this is when me and Jardo would go offline and we would talk. Okay, Jardo would give me a little bit more.
Yeah.
You did a really good
Yeah.
job guessing those characters.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
You,
Goodness.
but you mentioned something, a story when Plastic Man was trying to like had to relate to his son to like get some of his DNA to cure him. Have y'all
Hmm.
heard of the billionaire who has injected his son's blood into his bodies because he wants to like live longer?
Yes, it's that dude who's obsessed with living long and he
Hmm.
like he actually was a tech. No, he was the owner of I think Venmo and then sold it
Mm.
for like a whole
Hmm.
bunch of money and now he's
Hmm.
just like retired and I think maybe he's a billionaire or something,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he got money and now he's
Uh,
he's just like trying to live longer and
yeah.
stuff.
Brian
Yeah.
Johnson. Yep.
That's
But
crazy.
apparently, because I talked to him about him at work. Somebody at work had brought him up a couple of times, and he injected his son's blood into his body and his own blood into his dad's body.
Yes, I saw that. He has a documentary on Netflix.
That's crazy.
Mm.
But the dad was like, they said the dad was like, oh yeah, like I felt great after that, like for a while. And then, Brian, but
Nah.
Brian himself was like it was, I
Well,
didn't.
yeah, I think it's because the dad wasn't keeping up with a healthy lifestyle. The dad was like,
Mm.
Mhm.
yeah, definitely not like watching what he ate and stuff. But I think for the
Yeah,
dude that we're talking about, he keeps a very healthy lifestyle. So he
yeah,
probably wouldn't have seen a significant change
yeah.
because he's like, I already do so much to keep myself.
I already live better than my son, so
Yeah.
okay, okay.
But that activity was fun, DeMarcus, and it's
Did y'all enjoy that?
yes, and it's so fun to because like all the heroes and all the villains and everybody in comics, they all have
They got something going on.
something going on. Like
Because ain't no
nobody,
way. Go ahead. Sorry, Jared.
yeah, nobody had a picture perfect childhood with a picture perfect everything, except for the only one I can think of that has, and this is not the picture perfect because I don't even have this, but the only person that has two loving parents that love him, um, a nice, supportive family and friend structure, no evil thing behind him would be Tim Drake. He is the
Mm,
only superhero in Marvel or DC that doesn't have a abnormal background. Um, and can you think of any more, DeMarcus?
wasn't Tim Drake like? Wasn't he like a petty criminal too? Like stealing like car rims and shit?
Mm-mm,
Oh, that was him.
that was Jason. Tim Drake
Mm,
found Batman because he could hack into the system and he noticed that in the system for the sewers in
mm,
Gotham there were these abnormalities. So he was searching these abnormalities and he just
mm.
showed up at Batman's house one day.
Yeah. I would say I thought you were gonna say Jaime Reyes, the Blue Beetle, because he's he's got like his whole family in one house for the most part. Like they was poor, but they good.
Well, that's the movie. And we don't do the movie. Or I wasn't thinking about the movies here.
Hmm.
But Jaime Reyes in the comic book, he I think that he was an orphan.
Mm.
And I think that um yeah, I think that he was an orphan, or um I can't remember because I read the new origin stories when they came out for
Hmm.
the DC a long time ago. So but I do think that he was an orphan or something like that with his parents, though.
Okay. Cool. Well, as we mentioned earlier, this is our just like let's talk episode where we just talk about whatever comes to mind, whatever pops in our head, and we are joined by my good friend Babs, who is a professional mind doctor.
Not a doctor. My
Yeah,
family,
head shrink.
not a doctor, but yeah.
um, and one thing that I wonder that Jared and I have talked about a lot of times is and I hope this conversation can be helpful to Jared, even in the smallest of bits, is what do you think some of the hesitations are around people, especially Black people, like going to therapy? Like what have you found, and what did you think, and what have you found?
Mm, I think it's a couple things. The first thing is access, right?
Mm,
Um, just historically, we know like Black people haven't had the best access to things that cost money and that are healthy, whether it be healthy food, a healthy living environment, but also therapy is what is known to be like a white people thing because it is expensive.
mm,
Time
mm-hmm,
you have to have insurance to cover it. And, I feel like not until maybe Obama, like before that, it was a lot more comfortable to not even be insured. So that access point was just not there.
mm-hmm,
Um, and then on the other side, some Black people who have the means, I think we're still living in like a maybe like scarcity mentality where we don't even want to spend money on things that will benefit us long term that are associated with healthy.
mm-hmm,
Rather spend money on things that are immediately gratifying, right?
mm-hmm,
Something that's like keeping up with the Joneses. Like I don't want to get on my soapbox, but it's really disappointing to like know that clients or potential clients could be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on like their nails, but won't spend that $100 on a therapy appointment. So I
mm,
think
Mhm.
these are a little different too. And then there's the whole culture aspect, right?
mm-hmm,
Like Black people live on this trope of we're supposed to be strong, and like not really dive into, oh, we're sad or we're feeling a little emotionally vulnerable. We've been oppressed for so long that we have to like, I guess, cope with that and like overcome that by being like hardened and
mm-hmm,
attempting to act like we don't really have feelings or emotional vulnerabilities.
mm-hmm,
So I think that has a lot to do with it. And then I'll throw in the whole like church thing.
Mm.
A lot of I know like me being from the South, um, the Baptist church was everything. It
God
was
is all you need. God
yes,
is the healer,
which I
a
don't
deliverer.
exactly, which I'm not entirely like anti-religion or even spirituality because I think that that combats depression and anxiety. Like to be grounded in something larger than yourself is
Mhm,
super healing. Yet that is an aspect and a tool.
mhm,
Whereas therapy and therapists are, trained professionals that have the time and the capacity all the time, essentially, because this is our work that we do. We get paid for this
yeah.
to give you that time that you need to really reconcile with those things. Pastor, you love him, but he like, look, I got events to go to. I got like churches to go preach at. Like he ain't finna
Yeah.
have.
I'm not a trained professional.
He might not even have the time to sit down with you when you're like, you're like, I'm
I'm
really
gonna give you a verse
I
or two.
I
and
need
send
a
you on.
consistent weekly schedule. He's like, I ain't even gonna hold you, partner. Like, nah, that I got stuff to do.
Well, we
So
got
Yeah.
the youth ministry on Wednesday, so I can't meet you this time.
yeah. So I would say those are my things, if that made sense.
Okay, so access, mindset, culture, and faith in place of, you know, actual mental health work. Mm,
I love it. And it's so funny because I think of you wouldn't go to your pastor if you had like an open wound,
yeah,
right?
pray over this.
Mental health therapists are considered healthcare workers and providers.
Absolutely.
So why would you not go to a mental health professional about your mental health? Um,
Mhm.
is how I would put it simply.
You can use your HSA to pay for your therapy. That's what I do.
And also, I always tell people, well, I do private pay super billing. So, like, if you have insurance, you can actually pay out of pocket and then get reimbursed by your insurance by a lot of your insurance companies, 50 to 90% of what you pay out of pocket. And I
Mm.
try to kind of get people financially smart about this. Like, if you think about it, if you're paying me like the $130 up front and then you get maybe like $100 back or whatever, think of that as savings. Like I've helped you kind of like orient to the
Mm.
saving mode. Like you don't have to
I
throw that
know.
in your like checking account. You can actually throw that in your savings and before you
Yeah,
know it.
you ain't got to spend that shit.
Exactly.
Shit, 50, extra 50, $100. Shit, we going to the club. What
DeMarcus.
you mean?
No.
And I'm
Exactly.
paying that. And I'm paying that. What? I'm seeing you every week.
Oh boy. But
Shoot.
So let me give you some backstory on me because I think it's what the market's alluding to. But there was an incident at my previous job where I
I
had
want
to
to
go
listen to that.
see what you say?
Nothing. Go ahead, brother. I said
Where
that wasn't what I was alluding to, but please continue.
okay, where I had to go see a therapist who was, um, who worked for the place I worked at. And, I had to go, and it was in Atlanta. So I had to go in this little back alley. It had the city seal on it, and it said like City of Atlanta Department of Therapy. And you go in there, it's a nice little office space. And the person that they matched me with was this young Russian woman. And I remember they were like, or I talked to my mentor at the time, and she was like, oh, go to it. It's great. You'll love it. You get time off for work and
Hmm.
just go to it. So I went, was young Russian person. We did not relate at all. She didn't know a lot about, Black people or some of our, quirks as they have it. She didn't know about a lot about being American first.
Hmm.
But that whole experience pulled me off of therapy because as I was going through this, like I actually could not talk. Like I would be at work and like people would talk to me and like I could think stuff, but like it wouldn't come out. So it was like,
Hmm.
and like going to a therapist and having somebody constantly drill me with questions and I'm trying to get the ability to speak again, like that was hard for me to do. And that really turned me off of her because she didn't know anything about like the Black experience or the American experience or anything. But then the Marcus is always like, you should go to therapy. Even when I was telling him the story about how I was little and I would always get migraines, and I said like I had to like bash my head into the wall because the pain, no, the pain from bashing your head into the wall was better
soothing.
than
Yeah.
than the migraine. And he was like, you should have went to therapy for that. I was like, no, how will the therapist cure that? I needed a doctor. I needed a professional. I needed drugs. I needed all that stuff. And so I'm like, so there's that line there. So yeah, I think that's what the Marcus might be talking about.
I wasn't like I said, I wasn't alluding to all that. I
But
was lightly hinting at some conversations we've had where I was like, Jerry, you should try therapy. He's like, I don't want to try therapy.
But no, I mean, I think, first of all, thank you for sharing your experience because I think that a lot of people go through something similar, especially with their like first stint in therapy. Thankfully, I am here in Seattle. I'm a Black therapist and I'm able to like service Black people and be like relatable.
Hmm.
And I always tell people like, yeah, you might want to start with somebody who looks like you, or
Hmm.
you want to start with somebody who says, but maybe you want to even check their credentialing around they call it cultural competence.
Mm.
Someone who might be like trauma informed as well, if that's like something that you're trying to unpack. There's different things that you're mentioning that are specifics of how people practice. So I just
Mm.
honestly wish that someone like myself could have kind of directed you on the type of therapist you should have been seeing and not just like
Mm.
slapping you with somebody that's in therapy because yeah, there's a significant cultural difference in part to this for you to feel comfortable enough with a person to open up. But also there's like some specific and intricate like uh therapy pathways like the trauma. I'm wondering if she was even trauma informed because it sounds like you had a traumatic event happen at
Hmm.
your work to, limit your speaking. And then I even think about you as a kid and the head banging is like maybe a soothing element or feeling better. I used to work in a center for developmental disabilities.
Hmm.
We did have some kids that would do the head banging because it was soothing. And honestly, you needed a behavioral therapist potentially, not necessarily a doctor. Doctor would have been maybe nice to have, but they would have essentially put you on a team with a behavioral therapist that could maybe shift that behavior of head banging to something that's a lot more safe,
Hmm.
that's also soothing. So.
Mm.
I just want to be like, no, don't give up on therapy. I will send you referrals if you
Yeah.
really, really need some. But yeah, I think that's an important note is to research your therapist, also shop around. You don't jump at the first one. Like when people come
Hmm.
to me, I'm always like, I would love to work with you, but I know people are shopping around. Is that something you're doing? That's something I do encourage you to do. And
Hmm.
I'll just be here if you need me. But I'm not trying to force nobody on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And with getting my therapist with the city of Atlanta, that was just, oh, oh, which person is available today? You can go to them and yeah, that
Yeah,
was
you
just
didn't
that.
even get a consult like to get to
Mm-mm.
meet. So that's
No.
another thing, even with my practice, you get like a 15 to 20-minute free consult. So
Hmm.
that's time out of my pocket that I'm like, yeah, we're just like talking and getting to know each other to see if this is a good fit. But that's another thing to search for in finding a therapist is if they do the free consultations so you can fill them out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What's up? So how important is it to because you say you recommend finding starting with a therapist that looks like you. How important is that in yeah, how important is that? I will start there.
I would say for Black and brown folks.
Hmm.
Uber important. Uber important. This isn't really for white people because I feel like they have a lot of spaces for them.
Hmm.
And also like not to say I don't see white people, but sometimes there is a higher need for a Black professional to see other Black people for
Hmm.
clientele. So white people might want to be conscious of that, of like, maybe I need to go to somebody who look like me instead of like this Black person.
Hmm.
But I would say, yeah, I think it's important to get somebody who can understand your cultural background. And honestly, it depends on where you live. I'm not gonna take that for granted because, like, yeah, I can sit up here and be like, get somebody who looks like you, and you're in like Idaho and you're Black, and you're just like, we literally only have 5 therapists, and they're taken up by all the Black people that are in Idaho.
Yeah.
So I would start with like as a Black or brown person, somebody who has like some certifications or trainings in like cultural competency, I say that with quotes because I don't like the way that they name that, but somebody
Mm,
who at least is somewhat aware of the cultural differences and um, privileges or lack thereof.
mm,
And I would even throw in trauma informed because I think Black people experience a lot more trauma than they think.
mm,
Those two elements I would ask for if you're not going to see somebody who looks exactly like you. Or the adjacent. Like if I'm a Black person, if I can't find another Black therapist, I personally would go to somebody who might be like brown because there are certain cultural dynamics that can you can like mesh with outside
mm.
of me speaking to like a white man from Germany. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would not connect as much as like maybe a Latina. I don't know.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Love my
And
black people.
I never was put, I never totally, I'll say it like that, was put off of therapy. I was just, that experience just made me very hesitant to jump in the thing
Mm,
if I had to pay for it myself. Like with the city, they pay for it. I did get to go off of work, but it was like I was going off work to talk to this person, which was much better than being at my job and being in that traumatic environment. But I got to go off work, talk to that person, and that was cool. But with me, I it's just a hesitancy to jump into that again, knowing what I went through. But I just want to ask you, how do you get people to like open up? Because I think that would be my biggest problem. Is like opening up, talking to them, like letting them know what's going on.
I was actually going to say for you in particular, like knowing that you were limited with your with speaking. So I am a somatic therapist and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's like in my wheelhouse where I would get you more body oriented and it won't be as like speak oriented." There's
mm,
other somatic modalities that are specific in terms of trauma called brain spotting or EMDR, which works with like eye movement and trying to utilize your eye movement in order to like process trauma experiences without even talking.
mm,
So, Jardo, this is my recommendation for you is maybe looking into if you were ever go back to therapy, is a somatic oriented therapist or one that practices brain spotting or EMDR where you don't have to talk really to the person. It's more in like bodily sensations. And then I also I wanted to comment, I'm gonna get to your question. I wanted to comment on the your I think the somebody was paying the state or somebody your job was paying for it and
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
what you pay for. So a lot of people don't recognize that therapists who, and it's not to like talk shit about therapists who are working within organizations, especially like for the state or what have you, but they do have a certain amount of people or individuals they have to see called a caseload. And those caseloads can be to like 50 or 70 people that you have to see within a month, which is extremely like unethical.
Taxing. Yeah.
It's taxing, it's unethical. That's why I don't work in community mental health anymore. That's why I don't
mm,
work for anyone anymore because you're not about to tell me how much I'm going to have on my caseload. I'm
mm.
going to do the amount of work that allows me to be the best at what I do. So
Okay.
I'm not seeing 70 people. No. So that's one thing I will say. The usually the people who are not so overwhelmed are the ones that are probably not doing insurance, or they probably cost a little bit more. But it's again, that's because of the quality that they seek and not having to be like, oh, in order to, we got to meet this quota for this federal government funding. So we got to see 70 people. So I'll just like put
Mm,
that out there. But in terms of making people feel comfortable with me, like how do I get people to open up? I don't treat people like the same. I think as therapists, our training tells us to give them a one, like we're a one-stop shop, like everyone works the same way.
mm,
And they're like, oh, you got to do this evidence-based practice. Well, who is this evidence-based practice practiced on? White
Hmm.
people. So I work
Mm.
with mostly non-white people, and I'm not knocking evidence-based practices because two of them, which I gave you, brain spotting and EMDR, that could potentially work for you. Um, that is evidence-based, but I like to integrate. So I'm not going to be doing just the CBT or cognitive behavioral therapy. That's another evidence-based practice. I might be pulling from that, but I'll also be pulling from the IFS parts work that I was mentioning, y'all, which isn't evidence-based to a degree. And what that means is just they did like enough research for it to get published and be like, bam, this is the way to practice the therapy. But that's not to say that this practice is not as I guess impactful positively, or that it doesn't work. So I definitely meet people where they're at. I'm not trying to like force them into a certain mode. And I'm not gonna lie, I just genuinely think that I'm like a people person.
Mhm,
Hmm.
mhm.
That's a part of it. I bring myself into the room. I'm not as like the reserved therapist that's like uptight and I don't talk. I'm what you would call a conversational therapist. Like I'm integrating myself into the conversation, and I'm also very explicit about empathizing with your situation. I might bring parts of my story in there too, so that
Mm.
you're understanding like how we relate. Not to say I can jump in your shoes, but to just give you background of like, yeah, that touches on my stuff too, and I can empathize. So some therapists, they're a little more traditional. They're gonna be like a little rigid and like, I'm not giving you anything, but I'm definitely not like that. I'm very much a proud Black woman, and that's who you're gonna get in the space. A lot of people respect that. They're like, oh, she is who she says she is. So I think that's a part of it.
That was gonna be a question I asked you. Like, do you share your own story, experiences in your practice?
Yeah, when it's relevant. I'm not in there like, girl, let me tell
And
you everything that went down. But it's like,
then last night.
but I do it when it's like necessary, but I also sometimes I've actually heard from a client that when I did reveal something that they were going through, they were like, I already kind of suspected because of the way you were empathizing with my experience and you were calling and speaking to things that I was feeling without me even really having to speak them. So that it was
Mm,
like a felt connection where they could sense like, oh, yeah,
she
you have
gets it.
dealt with this. So,
That's what's up. Okay, I think we getting close to our time, Jerry. We want to go into our next segment. Do you have?
Well, I just had one more
I'm
question.
No,
about
no,
to
Jerry. You
say,
ain't gonna get no free therapy out this out my
no,
home.
I was actually going to be like, how are you feeling about about therapy now, or even this conversation, Jardo?
Oh, how I feel about therapy now, like I understand therapy is good. I understand that Black people need to go to therapy. It's just that uh, I don't think I can do it personally. I always tell D'Marcus, just tell me what your therapist said and I could do it from there. But
That's how it works.
yeah, I think that when I am able to possibly get another therapist, I will be able to, and I able to do like the search, the consultation, be able to choose and have all that. I think it'll be better, just not for right now. So yeah.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
I had another question. Um, so talking about this podcast, me and D'Marcus have been friends for 15 years now. But sometimes it feels like we don't respect each other the way that friends should be respecting each other. I know for me, it kind of feels like I'm not being heard and listened to a lot. Um, so is there any little things that you could say to help us build on our friendship instead of um instead of having it deteriorate?
Ooh, I'm a couples therapist today.
We's not a couple.
Mm. Yeah, we are. Yes, we are.
We not a couple.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for less and it works like pretty similarly.
Yeah.
But first of all, I kind of want to know what DeMarcus's thoughts are on that question. Are you in
Hmm.
agreement?
Do I think that we don't respect each other? I do think yeah, we sometimes we don't I think that sometimes we both do not feel respected. Does that equate to both of us trying to disrespect the other? I don't know. Couldn't say.
Hmm.
Couldn't say factually, objectively. I feel disrespected sometimes. Um,
Hmm.
but
Okay.
What
I
I'm hearing is that there's not an intention to disrespect, yet that might be the impact.
I mean,
Mm.
hmm. I think that Jared sometimes tries to intentionally disrespect me
Oh.
and disrespect and humiliate sometimes.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and and I think
We're
I
not paying
think
you for
that
the session, so feel free to be
and
like,
no, and I can I respond? Can I respond, please? Because
I
I
thought I was responding to what he said, but
okay.
okay.
All right. All right. Never mind.
Mm-mm.
But I think that you try
See?
to belittle me and that, I'm not heard all the time.
Mm.
I actually was gonna say it sounds like y'all are very empathetic to each other's like perspective on y'all's friendship, which
Hmm.
honestly comes up within my like couples therapy with some couples is like I think y'all are thinking you're on your like enemies and not
Hmm.
really recognizing how much y'all are on the same page. So y'all are like, he's not listening to me, he not listening to me, he not respecting me, he not respecting me. I'm like, so there's a desire to have both of those things for one another. And I think that that is the start of like centering, your behaviors and the ways that you communicate around that it's going to take some time. Trust of knowing that this person doesn't want to disrespect me. This person wants to respect me. This person wants to hear me or be heard. So I think those are like some elements sprinkled into here. And I think if you're looking towards those things and not like just fully invested in your perspective, you'll see that it's actually a team effort in creating those elements that y'all both want. Y'all literally
Hmm.
both want the same thing. But I also, from like looking at y'all's dynamic, I feel like Jardo, you have a sense of play that is very familiar to me in that you kind of attack people that you love a little bit. Like you like to get under their skin. And I say that in a way that's like, I listen to the end of it. It's like the people you love. That's how your love language is. That's how you are. You kind of like, you know, pick at them or like get under their skin. And I think that that's a way that you have learned to like love on people for some reason. So I would be like interested to understand that a little bit more. I don't know if that like resonates or not. Does it?
Hmm.
Basically, from that, I get that Jardo loves you a lot, DeMarcus. And then DeMarcus, I think you're a little more. It's interesting to hear you say and like kind of be vulnerable about like feeling attacked by Jardo. I
Hmm.
think sometimes you um miss some things that people say, and then the way you like come off, it can be like um it can be I don't want to just be like loud, but like I think me and you have a similar energy where we're like very assertive people.
Yeah.
And when you like, when you get passionate and really into something, you're gonna come off like that, but you haven't recognized that you missed maybe something that they said. Like it happened earlier with me where I was like,
Hmm.
I was actually on the same page as you. You was like, I'm making sure you get there. I'm like, no, I'm
Yeah,
already
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes,
so
yes.
I think it's like your excited energy though. That's
Hmm.
like literally where DeMarcus is like, I'm just excited and like I'm like going. And I think it's like impacting Jardo in a way that he's like, well, you didn't even listen to what I said, so now I'm like irritated, and now I'm about to like, defend, or like maybe my nitpicking it comes on 10 now.
Hmm.
But I think that y'all both have like the best intentions for one another, and to remember that. But also it's like about the way that y'all naturally communicate. And I
Hmm.
think that some of the stuff that has come up in here, I don't doubt that it has come up in other places to a degree.
Okay. Okay.
That might be
Hmm.
some food for thought for you to self-reflect.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. You brought up some good
Hmm.
points. Some things that you've said some things in different words that I think we have already said in other conversations. Um,
Were those words more gentle?
um,
Your words are definitely more impactful.
that's and I think sometimes a message does better coming from someone else.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm. And,
Yeah,
and
because it's
and for
like
the record, well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just like, it's like I'm the neutral party. So
Yeah, yeah. Because when I say it, I'm a villain. But I digress. For the record, I hate couples therapy. I've done couples therapy before, and it was
you
it.
did it with one therapist. Again, this is about fit, Jardo. You want to really look into
You
find.
know, but we did that. We did the whole searching for the right person. We picked somebody together, and I was like, "Oh, this is the wrong one. I hate this shit." Not that they were the wrong one. I did not. I don't know. It's a whole different conversation. Whole different
Ah,
conversation.
well, that's what I want to talk about. You should have said that like an hour ago. Um, Now is the time of the show where we find out a little bit more about you. This is our quick fire segment, and we are going to ask you some questions that, have to do with this show and this podcast and some of our previous episodes. So, are you ready for our quick fire segment?
Hmm.
I
She
don't
says
think
she's listened to the podcast, so
I no, wait, hold up. I have listened, but I am definitely not ready for a pop quiz. I'm like, this is gonna be
No, it's not hard at all. They're all like, there's no right or wrong answer for real. Okay, so are you ready?
no, but okay.
Okay, what superpower would you have?
Damn, I've been asked this before. I think that I would love to maybe communicate with people via my mind.
Hmm.
mm,
Um, yeah, I think that would be cool because yeah, I think maybe communicating with my mind, I guess, would be cool because it's
Yeah.
like a different way to communicate.
Hmm.
And I don't have to talk and nothing has to be said. That's just popping off of my head now, but I feel
Yeah.
like it would later.
okay. I
And
feel
no
like
language.
that'd be useful.
Yeah. And no language barriers at all.
That too. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Thank you for this. Is
Okay. What show do you wish would come back?
what show do I wish would come back? Um, Okay, this is just because I'm watching it again. I sort of feel like I wish Scandal would come back, and I don't. It was kind of dying off, but I feel like having a black woman in power was like the shit,
Hmm.
Mhm.
especially political power. That was kind of cool. So,
And what's it called? Skin?
Scandal.
Candle.
Oh, Scandal. Oh, yeah. Child. That was a good one. Okay, next question. What's better? Living single or Martin?
Living single.
Mhm. What would you rather be, a werewolf or a vampire?
I love vampires.
Don't we all? Okay, who is your favorite rapper turned actor?
Wow. Um, I have to go with I can't think of anybody right now except for T.I. because I
Mm,
always
Hmm.
have love for him and he has I would have never thought somebody with his background would have jumped into the lead of a major, what I consider a major movie, ATL.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's who I have off the top of my head.
mm,
Okay.
okay.
Rapper
Okay.
turned actor turned comedian. I
Mm.
saw I saw T.I. on the comedy tour.
How was it? I was like, we'll
It
stop
was
at
pretty good. He was pretty good. I was like, I laughed. I enjoyed
he
it.
must have
Mm.
developed because I think when he first went on tour, everybody was shitting on him. They were like,
Probably.
he was
I
bad.
mean, I think that's the life of a comedian though. Like when you start, you like pretty shitty. Sometimes you go to a show and you bomb.
Okay. Well, uh, so you have played D&D. So what is your favorite class in Dungeons and Dragons?
See, I've only played it one time, and that
And then she used to fall asleep, y'all.
Oh
don't,
no.
DeMarcus, don't call me out because he knows
I'm
for a
calling
fact
you in so you can talk about your experience.
we have a dear friend who took like 20 minutes per fucking turn.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the patience in me. And also, I was just like, bruh, like, we not even playing a game anymore. It's just you and that friend, DeMarcus. So, and DeMarcus is over here telling him left, right, how to go. He just wasn't getting it. He wasn't getting it. So, that
Uh,
wasn't a good experience for me. I can't even answer the question because, yeah.
yeah. I mean, and that was like one of the first, like one of my first DM tables. So I was like, I was still a new DM. I was still learning. Yeah,
That
no,
was
that was a
my
rough
best
one.
last time.
That was a rough one. That was a rough one. I mean, I would say like therapy, like finding a therapist.
Oh
You have to
God.
find the right
When
table.
Jardo finds a therapist, I will play D&D
You
again.
will
How
find
about
that
that?
therapist. Well, I guess neither of those are ever happening.
Never say
I'm
never.
hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Yes. Okay. Who is the best dad on TV?
I like I can't remember his name. He's black and he was in This Is Us, but now he plays on that political
Oh, Sterling K. Brown.
yes. I think he is so that's like a modern day version. I'm like, I don't know if y'all want me to go back, but the modern day version dad, who I think is the best dad, he's like hella corny.
Hmm.
But I also listened to a recent interview with him in that he is very conscious of who is his like who his wife is. I think he has like some type of like say in who he is wife with on shows and things, and he always
Hmm.
is choosing like a black woman. So I'm like, hell yeah.
Is he married to a black woman in real life?
That's a good question.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm gonna look it up too.
Yeah, I think that he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so aliens come to Earth, and it's your job to make them love humans with a movie. What movie do you make them watch?
Oh my God. Um, this just popped in my head. Please don't judge me. Um, this is really bad. But I'm gonna put it out there. Have y'all seen Not Another Teen Movie?
Yes.
Hmm.
I don't know why that because I think it's just you can't take it seriously. So I'm like,
Mm.
if we hit them with the humor and just stupidity, they'll just be like, oh, they're harmless humans, so we can like them.
But would they see it as humor? Would they see it as this is what humans act like?
I'm like, okay, so if I'm thinking of honestly, I don't want them seeing any of our movies. I don't know if they'll like fuck with the way that we portray people or the concepts or the plots. I don't know aliens like that. So like
Hmm.
I
I
can't
don't
even
know aliens.
that's gonna be my answer. I can't speak on it.
Okay, okay. Is reality TV better when it's messy or when it's motivational?
As a therapist, when it's motivational, bad behind closed doors and after hours when it's messy.
Mm. Race after dark.
Okay. What is an upcoming TV show or movie that is on your must-watch list?
An upcoming TV show or movie that I haven't seen.
Yeah, that nobody's seen because it's about to come up.
It ain't dropped yet.
Drop.
Yeah.
Um, I can't even think of one. Um, I would say any movie by Ryan Coogler that's about to come.
Oh, his next movie's gonna be Black Panther,
Well,
starring Denzel Washington.
that's a must see right there then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Starring?
Mhm. Starring Denzel.
Are you
Denzel.
doubting? Denzel out
Denz.
here still playing, honey. You ain't see him
Yeah.
in what's that war movie?
Gladiator.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
But
was
that was I've said my opinion on Denzel too many times. Let's go. Keep moving.
like, he plays the same person,
Yes.
but he's so good at it. I just love
I
it.
don't want to see Training Day in Rome.
I was like, literally, like, this is literally training day.
Yeah.
He's a gangster.
Okay. Who is the gayest Disney villain?
It's so funny that you're asking me this question. Um, the gayest Disney villain. Oh, I would say what's the dude in Genie, the villain in Genie?
Far.
Jafar.
Maybe Jafar. That's the only person who pops up. I'm not really good at these like
Mhm.
rapid fire, but
Oh, you
like
don't
I
have.
can only think about
Oh,
him.
you don't have rapid fire. Okay, okay. I was about to say you. I thought you were gonna say you're not really good at gay questions. You don't have a good gator.
No. I say it was funny about that question because one of a couple of my friends were over here, they're a couple, and they were talking about having a stroller for their cats.
hmm
My thought was exactly that.
hmm They are the gayest Disney villains because they got strollers for cats.
Okay. Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Kendrick.
Mm. Huh.
Where's
Okay.
that? Huh? DeMarcus?
I mean, Babs, known you
You
to
know
enjoy it.
what?
I've known you to enjoy a Drake hit here and there.
That
Look.
was, yeah, that was before everything. So when we're talking about, if we're talking about patriotism, that's the most patriotism I would get is being like, yes, Kendrick Lamar before Drake.
Okay.
After to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, who's better? Avatar Aang or Avatar Korra?
I would say Aang,
Mm.
soft spot for me.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Right
Because
off.
that's the
Mm-hmm.
correct answer.
Yeah. Because Avatar Korra is the worst
It
Avatar.
was shitty.
I mean,
Ever.
Aang was like, he was on his holistic shit. He was balancing and like, or trying
Mhm,
to. Um,
mhm.
yeah, Cora was a little.
Everywhere, all over the place.
Mm.
Mhm.
All right. What is your favorite adult cartoon?
I hate to say it, I'm not an adult cartoon watcher,
Oh
but
no.
I had to say one, it would be the Boondocks.
Oh,
Mm.
well, that's an adult cartoon. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, it is a good one, but it's not here anymore. So
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
then it's
no.
don't currently watch.
you don't
Mm.
rewatch it.
Or like where is it at actually? I think I was trying to see where it was streaming and I couldn't find it.
That's
HBO Max.
um
Nice. Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you,
Hmm.
Jardo. I'll start watching that again.
And I think that the Boondocks creator just got greenlit for another show.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that the show was actually interesting. Uh, let me see if I can Google it right quick. Uh, it's developing a new series for Amazon. The show is an alternative universe, will be developed with Will Packer. Um, so yeah, he is doing a new show,
mm.
but they don't say what it is. So yeah,
Mm.
cool. Um, and I just uh move my windows. Okay, here we go. All right, now final question. Who is your favorite Black character who isn't even Black? Like some of the people that we have done is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, um, the Panthro from Thundercats, Skeeter from Doug. Um, who else have we done? Oh, Optimus Prime, of course. But
So,
who is
like
your
characters that don't even have a race.
yeah, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
who just are not colored with black skin, but you as soon as you see them, you like, I know
Oh,
this one.
oh, that's a Negress.
Um, the girls from the Proud Family who were blue.
The Bro Sisters.
Yes. I thought that was so funny.
I
I
always
mean,
felt like that was a. I always thought they were trying to say, "Oh, these girls are blacker than black. These are the blackest
Yeah,
people in your
yeah,
neighborhood.
that's what I thought
That's why
too.
they blue. Because if we made them as black as we want to, they wouldn't be good for
they
TV."
were ashy, right?
Oh, is that what it was? They were
I thought
ashy.
that was genius that they were so ashy they were blue. And I was like, that's the blackest shit fucking ever. Is that people always are
Oh,
concerned with their ashiness.
that's crazy. I never thought that they was ashy, but
At least that's
yeah.
what I interpreted. I thought it was that they were ashy. You
Oh
thought that
my
they were just
God.
blacky
I
black,
just thought I just thought they was like dog,
and
dog.
I thought that they were ashy.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Proud Family, but I did know that they were ashy.
Hmm.
And I thought that it was that that they were so black that they had to be colored blue as well. Um
Damn.
but yes. So you have completed the question segment of this podcast, and we are kind of wrapping it up. Babs, where can they find you on the internet?
The internet. Um, Personally, my Instagram is B wishes you well, not YOU, but the letter U.
Mhm.
But if you ever need a therapist in Seattle, Washington, you can hit up bgracehh.com, or contact me at Barbara at bgracehh.com
Okay.
Oh, you got your own email. Hmm.
because I'm a business.
Hmm.
And
And
you
not
can
just a person providing a service.
We had a whole conversation about this and the difference, but yes.
and you can email your questions to us at blackgeekenergy@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media. We're everywhere, so this is going to take a minute. Spell Black Geek Energy, Instagram Black Geek Energy, Facebook Black Geek Energy, Blue Tide Black Geek Energy, TikTok Black Geek Energy, YouTube Black Geek Energy, Twitch Black Geek Energy, Threads Black Geek Energy, Twitter BGE_pod. And D'Marcus, oh wait, first you can listen to me play Jardo. You can listen to Jardo play live on Marvel 1619. The link is in the bio. D'Marcus, did you know that we also have a Patreon? It's just
Ab-
$3 a month.
Absolutely. I knew we had a Patreon. I record for the Patreon every week. You can hear deeper thoughts from Jared and I for the Patreon. And we dig a little bit deeper into our lives. Sometimes we get a little bit spicier. Sometimes we drink. Sometimes we do other things. But yeah, it's a fun listen. It's a fun listen. A
Yeah.
little more adult rated.
I was gonna say unruly.
There we go. All those
Yeah,
words.
After dark.
definitely.
After dog.
Well,
After
I
dog.
don't know too
Girl
much
said
about
no, absolutely not.
exactly. And Demarcus, we also have a brand new store. You can buy Black Geek Energy merch like this cool thing that I have up here.
Can I buy that neon sign you have in your background? Is
Do
that
you
an
want
option on the
do you want it to be? Because that's gonna cost 30 cents extra.
No, I don't. I do not want it to be. But maybe some fans do.
The
Maybe a
logo. You can buy stuff with your logo on
maybe
it.
a button.
Yes.
Maybe
You
a
can buy
button
a
first.
shirt. You can buy a
Mm-hmm.
sticker.
Hmm.
I didn't check y'all out.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, crop hoodie.
Yes, the crop hoodie. Okay,
Hmm.
okay. I saw a hoodie. I
Okay.
didn't know it was a crop, but yeah.
Oh, it's a crop one and it's a non-crop one.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay. And
We got the abs for it, Baz. We can rock it.
child, trying to, honey. I'm trying to.
Jerry, you
But
been had the abs for it. You was there
mm,
first.
yeah, we not gonna even talk about myself. But I actually have a weighted vest and I wear that when I walk on my treadmill in the morning now. So
Hmm.
we gonna get us something because this weight gain is getting on my last behind nerves,
I
child.
always say walking for 30 minutes twice a day. That is like literally the only thing you have to do to keep weight gain down and also your tummy flat, because that was the thing that I saw that brought results.
Mm.
Mhm.
Twice
30
a day.
minutes, 30 minutes twice a day.
Twice a day.
Who
Hmm.
has time to walk for 30 minutes twice a day?
That's why you need to practice mindfulness and you need to walk for 30 minutes twice a day. You need to make time. Just like I'm sure you're going to make time to go grab a drink with somebody, turn it into a let's go take a walk and talk.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I have a treadmill, so I can always walk. Well, I always walk in the morning to TV or a podcast or something. But twice a day with this heavy vest on, child,
It
crazy.
can be without the vest. Maybe one time with the vest and then the other time without.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hmm. We
Y'all
may
should read
do that.
a blog. I actually write a blog, and the latest blog that I wrote was on moderation and balance. So
Okay.
Oh,
Where can we read your blog? Is it on your what's
thegracehh.com under blog. Yeah.
and you know what else? I think that my first walk can be my faster walk because I always have to take a shower after my walk because I'd be drenched in sweat. And then my second walk can be like, a slower pace, easy going thing. Okay, I might do that tonight with during Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, nice. You're still watching that. No, because they didn't, I ain't gonna lie. They didn't like, there's not too many of the OGs, and I'm just like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Like I am the days of the Nenes and the Candies and the Phaedras.
Mm-hmm.
Even the
Yeah,
Kenya. We can throw her in there. But yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all we have for today. Any more plugs, announcements, anything else we want to throw out there? No?
Therapy is great. If you
Therapy is
want to
great.
find a therapist, you can go to Psychology Today. That is like the number one therapy find, but also there is one called
Mm.
blackgirlstherapy.com,
Hmm.
specific black providers for black girls. And then there's one called Inclusive Therapist,
Hmm.
that is for people of color finding other providers that look like them. So
Nice. Excellent. Now we have some places to start Jared's therapy search. Um, we've talked about a lot of things today. I'm going to give my final thought here. The Gross sisters do have blue skin because they're ashy, and they cannot afford lotion. That is written in their
that's black as
description.
fuck, isn't it?
Yo,
Mhm.
I had a friend growing up who was allergic to lotion. This man was always ashy.
Mm.
Um, and Sterling K. Brown's wife is Ryan Michelle Bath, and she has been in This Is Us. She has been in Girlfriends. She's an actress. That's why I'm naming all these things. She's been in The Good Fences, Half and Half. She's been in a lot of stuff. Um,
But our question was, is she black or not?
she is black. She is black.
That's
I
what I
thought
thought.
I named like black shows, but yeah, she's black.
Hmm.
She is black. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, therapy is great. It can be, you know, daunting to start, but once you in there, it's hard to leave. It's hard to leave. It gets you. It mellows you out. I know
Mhm.
every time I have my therapy, it's like, all right, I feel better now. I don't have to kill nobody this week.
I am happy to hear that you're
Hmm.
finding a place where you feel safe and supported and nurtured. But also therapy can be a revolving door. You can
Hmm.
go and then you can leave and then you can come back. So,
Hmm.
Jardo, you can always go back.
Yeah, yeah.
I always go
We
back.
we will one day. But thank you so much for this conversation. I definitely learned a ton. I think your insights were very informative, and this conversation was fun and educational. And I was excited the whole time, and all this time has passed, and it felt like no time at all. So thank you,
Yeah.
thank you very much for this conversation.
I think this is one of the only ones we've had that we actually went like over by like a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel special. Thank y'all for allowing me the opportunity to come and talk and like even, making me feel at home, even if I didn't know the characters y'all were talking
Oh,
about,
yeah.
certain
Yeah.
manga stuff. So I was like, yeah, but it was a nice learning experience for me too. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Thank you for coming and like geeking out about therapy with us. Because that's,
Yeah.
this one of the few areas of geekdom that we don't have a lot of knowledge or experience. So, that's the very reason we have guests like you come in.
Mhm. Mhm.
you.
All right. So this has been another episode of Black Geek Energy.
BGE out.
Yeah.